Oh, I love Insurgency Sandstorm. I wish I could play more of it. But, all the servers are just... They're empty. Insurgency Sandstorm. They're just so empty. You know, I do remember there was this one mod for Insurgency Sandstorm that made everything just insane. There were so many enemies to fight through. It was a real horde survival situation. I want to go back to playing stuff like that. That was good stuff. Was that in the original Insurgency game? I can't remember. Might have been the original Insurgency. It's been a hot minute. Alright, there's a couple of copper heads for saws. I think, was it on the bottom? It was on the bottom. So that's a couple of copper saws. And from there, I can go ahead and take this and use it to gather planks. And in gathering planks, grab that, I can go ahead and begin making a variety of different useful things, notably barrels. That'll be fun. I'll also make some doors. Make some actual doors. Yeah. Honestly, it's... Yeah, I did have a half-decent computer when I first started playing Insurgency. What's the wine now? Talking about the excessive amount of temporal rifts going on. Really is excessive. I heard you like more riffs. Put more in there. Make it have more for you. That's right. Wait a minute. Maybe. Hey! Sometimes I have a brain. Not just for wine. I'll have you know that I don't just get drunk all the time. Just most of the time. Oh, man. Those riffs, man, they can just give a headache. In more ways than one. I think... I wish I had more oak logs. I really do. Just aren't very many oak trees in the immediate area. Pine, maple, sure, that's fine. But oak, oh, good heavens, no. So I have to go out and grab some, like, really far out and grab some. Hey, yeah, you can make wine. You can make berry wine. I think, actually... Yeah, you can make pomegranate wine and, like, saguaro wine and pineapple wine. And I think... You can make cider, too. Yeah. Make ciders. Yeah, I think I'm going to mostly go probably with maple. What I'll do. Because maple looks okay. I know that. Alright, got a maple sapling in the ground. That's from another quality of life mod that I have. You know that one mod in Minecraft where if you put a throw a sapling on the ground, it plants it? Yeah, I got that, but for this game. Oh. Honestly, what I'm probably going to focus on this, because with cooking expanded, with the expanded foods mod, I can make some scissor, and I can use that to go ahead and candy berries amongst a variety of other things. But it also keeps forever, just like wine. And but yeah, I don't blame you, because when I first found out you can make wine in this game, I had 30 or 40 barrels. And then I was like, what do I do with all this wine? So I just wound up drinking it. I just drank it all in the middle of winter. Oh, wait a minute. I've overshot the house. Let's just say that was fun. But did you know that you can distill the wine into basically turn into brandy, but it's strong alcohol, and you can apply that alcohol to bandages, and then if you apply the bandage immediately, it heals more than if you just applied a clean bandage. I'm gonna put that there. And now I can use the saws. Yes. And I have a bit of oak. So I'll go ahead and have the oak be for doors and stuff is what I'll do. Yeah. So I'll need a couple of them. One for the cellar. One for blacksmith area. Because this door looks very nice, but it doesn't actually count as an insulating block face. I wonder why. And where do I want to put the door for the blacksmith? I'm debating. Should I have it be on one of the edges? Or should I have it be dead center? So it can be dead center. But one of the edges might make a bit of sense, because then you could go ahead and have it be on the edge, and then over here is kind of like a little hearth for cooking, and then the bed's over here. Or, well, probably the hearth will be over here, and then the bed will be over here. And then over here would basically be like a tool rack or a shelf or something like that. And out here would be the shop proper. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to have it be in the corner. Yeah. Just put a temporary block there and a door. And now, so all I need to do now is make some shears. And I've got a fantastic little way to do that. It's called put this crucible back on the thing, then go ahead and put some coal down here. And then put in 40 more copper into the crucible. Do you think it should be on the other side of the anvil? Because like it's over there on the edge, but that would kind of clash at the wall. If I put it on the other side towards the water, maybe that would do better. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the right way to do it. Is flipping the side, make it more towards the water. Because, well, no, I think I'm going to keep going with it going there. With it going by the water. Because what I was thinking is maybe I could take it and have it be kind of, on this side, but, or maybe over here, but then I'd have to like carve into the mountain and put up kind of like a brick wall along the mountain, well, the hill here. Oh, because, well, I don't know that I want to have it be a door to the forge, because I think what I want to have happen is I'm going to put some pathing kind of through here and have it just literally, this will be like the edge of the path. That'll be it. Kind of thing. Like, this will just be the end here. And like the bridge will be kind of right here so it doesn't interfere with the watermill. So like there'll be a bridge here to the windmill, and then the farm will kind of spread out over here and sort of overtake, essentially, all this land. Or the water. Because then the forge can be open concept, essentially. So it's got a lot of airflow coming in. I'm thinking maybe I'll go ahead and put... Because I have primitive survival, I can use the sticks that have been carved by a knife into stakes, I think. Yeah, stakes. I can kind of use them as like a rudimentary kind of little fence window. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta go check on that forge, that crucible. Got over here and I'm thinking. Oh, good, it's done. Wait a minute. And of course, like a dingus, I forgot my actual thing that lets me pick up the super duper hot crucible. There we go. Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to leave these on the floor either. I'm probably going to raise them up on another block. But yeah, this definitely needs to come up. There's no two way about it. So I can have the door be right here, in essence. Slap down a temp block. Bada bing. And then, yeah. Yeah, I do like that. Because it'll be... Yeah, because then, you know, the blacksmith is just... La da 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 da, coming home from work. Boom. Right on in there. I like that. So I'll go ahead and put the hearth here and then the bed there. Kind of like make it so that the bed is the farthest part away from the door as it possibly can be. You know, like to keep in the most warmth during the winter. And keep the cold away from the bed. I'll probably go pick up an aged bed from one of the ruins. I don't feel like crafting a bed. Okie dokie. Time to cook more food. That is a thing that needs to happen. I can use my fancy new door instead of having to break down some hay blocks. Yay! You know, I do have a lot of rye grain. I do have some berry bushes. That are ripe, I should say. Some ripe berry bushes. I'll go ahead and harvest a little bit of berries. Perfect. That'll be 12 berries. And then I can go ahead and take 12 things of rye here. I can put it in the pot. And I'll just go in the pot. After I put the pot where it belongs. And I can eat this little cranberry here. I love cranberries. Then I can light this up. Yeah, berry porridge! I think blueberries are the best, but I do love cranberries. Oh, ew! I'm not standing for this. Get away from my food supplies. No, sir. Where do you think you're going? Trampling your dirty feeties all over my food. Future food, technically, but still. Only my dirty feeties get to touch my future food. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I set up these fishing lines. Well, that's a shame. It's not quite so fresh anymore. One of them's pretty bad, in fact. You can place that on the ground. That's going to be a good design element. I don't have any more and it'll stack. Yes. If it'll stack on a pile on the ground, then I can make it like a little compost pile next to the farm. Oh. Oh. Dang it. Oh, well, I mean, if I make a barrel, I can make something that looks like a compost bin. I'll make one real quick. So it should just be... boop-a-doop-boop. Ba-dam, ba-doom, ba-dap. I need... yeah, 2 if I'm going to go ahead and show that off. So if I do that, and I remove that, and then I go back over here, and then there we go. Grab that, go over to the barrel. Ta-da! It's got rot in it. And now I can use the rest of the other barrel. You know the fun thing that I can also do? The fantastic thing that I can do? Maple boards, and then a rope. Get a bucket. So generally, okay, so an actual real-world compost bin, like what you're thinking of, would be able to handle the nitrogen, or not nitrogen, potassium. Potassium is what it is. The potassium replenishment in the soil that saltpeter handles in this game. But, I mean, because you'd have to essentially collect... You wouldn't be using the flax grain for food. So you'd be putting the flax grain into the compost bin. And you'd be doing it that way. This might be too much saturation to have outright. Ah, heckarooski. That there, grab that. Ah. Now for this, I can take this wooden bucket. And I think it's... what? Yeah, because if I'm gonna... so it would either need to be... what? Yeah, in 1, 2, or 4, I think. So I'll go ahead and put 40 or 4 buckets worth of water in here, I think. No. Yeah. And then I can put 10 things of woad. Should be enough. Oh, no, that's not enough. Oh. Yeah, that'll do. That hopefully should work. Although I may only get like 40 of it. Well, it does depend on the compost, though. That's the thing. It's not just a... so if you... let's just say you don't put anything that has any, like, bone in it. If you don't put bones in there, because bones do have the phosphorus in them. In the bone meal, specifically. That's like the marrow and stuff like that. So if you don't put any bones inside your compost, then that's one nutrient can help. Eggshells also help. In fact, eggshells are really, really good. But there is another option that Primitive Survival adds, which is worms. And I think, honestly, if you want a healthy garden, you want some worms in your garden. A lot of people don't realize that, I think. Is that a truly healthy garden's gonna have those worms in there, and those worms they're gonna be putting a lot of stuff back into there, aerate the soil, you know, and really put the nutrients that are, you know, in the soil to use for the plants, and convert a lot of that decaying plant matter and turn it into actual usable resources for the plants. I like worms. I know that sounds weird to say, but I'm just saying worms are pretty cool. Just set that there. And I do wonder how much, because if this is going to be a situation where it's like you can only do 40, okay, because there's 40. So I want to turn that into blue dye. Okay, it's 1 to 10. Right? Surely. So that should turn into blue dye, right? Yeah, what would blue dye? That works. Or is it just gonna? It's gonna be one of those things, isn't it? Ugh. Maybe do you have to craft it? I don't think it said mixing in barrel. No, it's got to be mixing in barrel then. I haven't done much composting, but I'm willing to bet that you are indeed correct. No, you can use woad blue to dye the daub. I just don't know how to do it yet. Look, it says raw daub blue, mixing in barrel 1 liter of blue dye to 10 raw daub light brown. Okay, so it would be, to do 60, I would need 6 liters in a barrel. So I'm going to need another barrel. That's fine. One, two, three, four. There we go. And just shift right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay. Alright, I see how it's done now. It's basically exactly like doing leather, but it's daub instead. It's fresh for less than an hour. Okay, I'm just gonna get this on a fire. Just put that on a fire real quick. Throw a few boards on there, it's fine. We have saws now. I'm also going to go ahead and toss this charcoal back in here. So, dyes are fun, but aside from dyeing the cloth to use as a tailor, and, you know, dyeing the daub to go ahead and make cosmetic daub, I don't know that I can't see much of a use for it. You know, oh, dyed leather, yay. It's cosmetic, but, you know, especially if you're in single player, who's really going to be looking at it? But yeah, okay, so I'm going to let that go. And I will go ahead and... Is this done cooking? Yes. I'm going to eat this charred fish. No protein never killed anyone. In fact, a little protein would only help me. Yeah, so I'm also going to need to make wattle. Wattle. And that comes from making that like that. So from here, I will then go ahead and do this. And of course I'm going to need a lot more sticks, which is going to involve taking some... Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that unless I dig out a block. So we'll go ahead and put that wattle out to there. And then I'll go ahead and keep putting the wattle along here. I like the new wattle and daub system, but gee willikers, it's a bit annoying. I'm actually going to make 2 copper shears because they're made out of copper. They will not last long. So I'll just need another piece of coal. And I will also need to make sure I have my tongs on me. I do. And then I should probably see about making nails and strips next. Yeah, that's another problem with it. It is very expensive. No, I don't like that. Yeah. That's pretty good. Oh, I think my hammer's still over there. I would like to see, as far as dyeing goes, for cloth and leather, I really would like to see it be kind of 10 cloth or leather to 1 usage of dye like it is on the daub. Because that's just not how it is right now. And then, oh, the mordant cloth making. Oh, I do not like that. I know it's realistic, but I don't like it. I need to make copper shears. Boy, it sure is nice to go ahead and hit a piece of metal over and over again. Golly, can you imagine? This is what real blacksmiths must have felt like. Moving voxels up and down. Only in the real world instead of in a video game. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do this. I probably didn't do this the most efficient way I could have. I'm probably also going to need the other hammerhead. But I really think I am going to need the other hammerhead. Oh, copper tools go so fast. It quenched. I'll be back for you later. Doink. Gimme. Alright. Another copper hammer with the last stick that I have. Grab the ingot there. Where is the thing I'm doing? Well, maybe I ought to just go ahead and do the wand and make some strips. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, goodness gracious. I swear. Sorry about that. My Twitch app on my phone went ahead and went down. I use that to go ahead and monitor chat because I don't have two monitors. Yeah, there went the hammer. And I think, yeah, switched from heavy hit, or from normal directional hit mode to heavy hit. Alrighty. Oh, I just caught look at the time there, and it's looking like it's getting towards the end of the stream there. Goodness gracious, I wasn't even paying attention. So I'll go ahead and make some chests. Yeah. Let's make one more. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. I should not have did that. Oh, I got so many random boards left over now. Then I'll turn these chests into their trunk version of themselves. And I'm just messing it all up. I'll go ahead and I will put down these here and here. Ew, gross. And then I'll go ahead and go over here. I'll have a seat. There we go. And I'll... Where's the button that does the thing? Oh. I've sworn. Oh, that's no HUD. There we go. Yes. So now I'll go ahead and sit here, scratch my head with some tongs, and say thank you for tuning into the stream. And I hope everyone has a wonderful night, day, or whatever time it is where you are. Well, goodbye!